Just off the main trail here at the new Joe's area of Joe's Valley sits the highest rated V4 I've ever seen. I don't know if you spend much time looking around a mountain project like I do, but there aren't many climbs out there rated 3.4 out of 4 stars with 345 votes. It's so many votes. Sit down start with decent holds. The start is definitely not the crux, but pretty much every move after that is.
Dude, I'm like fucking that all up. I think I'm just gonna span. No? Yeah, dude, I don't want that crimp if I don't have to use it. I'll probably take a tow hook under there, I hope, to release it, but okay, let me try that one more time.
There are a number of factors to be considered. The approach, the rock quality, the landing, the height, how crowded it gets, are any of the holds painful? Is the crux height dependent? How sketchy is the top out? But none of these are the most important.
Oh, dang it. That might be a little too stretched. Because I couldn't get to this, I don't think. I think if I did, I'd be okay, but I'm not sure. I'm wondering.
I want Justin to use my beta.
I know, I don't like using his beta, you know?
He's like anti-my beta. Let's try everything until...
I'll try with the crimp.
Is this the start? Do you any bump under that?
There's a good knobby part.
Yeah,
okay.
The thing that makes a boulder like this most enjoyable for me is consistency. I don't want a bunch of easy moves with a showstopper crux.
Trevor goes quickly up to the crimp with his left hand.
Where's your right hand? Your right hand stays low from down low with your low feet.
To the right, like along the rack, there's this slot thing that's really good.
Oh, there.
The only freebie has been getting our butts off the ground, and so far everything else is pretty tricky.
Oh man, it's like hard to... Do you heel in there? Wait, I feel like I should use the crimp first. All right, I want to watch some other people do this.
I'm not sure I'm the right person to watch, but I'm kind of figuring this out. I'm currently in debate as to whether I stay on this big juggy undercling and try to make the big stretch to the next jug, or if I go with the more probably traditional beta of using this crimp in between. If I can snag this crimp, I feel pretty good about making a throw to the jug. Just not quite sure if I got my feet right yet.
Pretty much got to the good spot.
Yeah.
I don't think I liked that though.
The switching of the heels.
It was like probably a waste of time.
Yeah.
Straight up, come on. Yeah, nice. Yeah, lock that heel in.
I don't know, I feel like so scared to power on my heel that way.
Call that yoga.
I know.
Well, I think we've identified the single move crux. We'll come back to that in just a minute.
Yep.
Not the move, huh?
For now, I'm going to work the top out, so if I do hit the crux move, I'll be ready to send. It doesn't look too bad, but honestly, it's not feeling great.
Yep, you got it. Just crank.
Okay.
There's a couple juggy holds here in the top out, but they're pretty spread out, making it kind of tricky. As I'm watching my guy Trevor here climb it, I'm starting to feel a little bit unsure. Thought he'd be making a lot quicker work of this, but he's really kind of having to figure it out and reach pretty far. Dang, Trevor's really stretching there. Oh my god. If you haven't been watching the channel much, let me catch you up to speed on something. Trevor's stronger, more flexible, and better at top outs than me.
Where I thought the hardest part was, I think the end was.
The end? What? That's not what I was hoping to hear.
So now I'm on to a 2-part mission. Part 1, figure out some top out beta that works for me. And part 2, don't use Trevor's.
Maybe go up for it first. Yeah, you're there.
I gotta like find the position where I'm not like desperately snatching at it, but...
Trevor even suggested that campusing would be the easiest way through this section.
Justin, Trevor's doing like hard
Yeah, he
beta.
just campused it, but...
It's like still a reach to that next hold.
It's quite a gymnastic.
Thanks for the recommendation, Trevor, but I think I'll use my feet.
That could go. Yeah, you're almost there. Bump. Yeah.
That's the way for me, okay. If I get a right heel up here,
Yeah.
and then I flag all the way under like this, all of a sudden I can just start pulling up and just sort of like walk my hand to the hold and it feels good.
I've still got to figure out something for that long reachy move, though.
I'm not ready to try that.
I've got something kind of sneaky in mind that I think might work.
Whoa. Dang.
That was wild.
That's fun.
Is that how you do it on a sunburn?
I don't know.
She's proper.
Yeah, like every move felt very V4 the entire way up.
Right, yeah.
Very consistent.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Oh man, it's so slippery. Did you figure out your move for this?
No.
That's what you gotta.
That's what I gotta do.
I spent the last few minutes figuring out the beta for that crux move. Now time to put it together.
It's not happening. I'm like, I didn't use this thing before. I never went right hand first. I did like everything different.
You're having a moment, it's okay.
Never done any of that beta. Okay.
What's climbing?
Where is it?
I gotta say, this climb is really living up to its rating. So far, every move has been tricky and pretty consistent around the V4 range. Really makes for a cool project and really satisfying if you can put it all together.
Come on.
Oh yeah, it's just
Good
like
go.
such a birdie move.
It is.
Yeah, alright. That was it for
Yeah, that's it for me too.
Kind of a good news, bad news situation here on this climb. Let's start with the bad news. I don't think I'm gonna send it today. I haven't really been climbing much these past few months in favor of snowboarding, so my endurance is pretty shit. I'm starting to power out here in this session. I've got all the moves down, but I really don't think I'm gonna have the juice to put it all together. The good news, if you want to call it that, is that one of us did send this problem. Not surprisingly, it was Trevor, since this dude basically sends everything. Speaking of which, you should really consider subbing if you want to see him climb some harder stuff and crush classics all across Colorado and the country. He's been sending 7s and 8s pretty easily and putting down some 9s and working on some 10s here as of late. I haven't said it about Trevor before, but I'll probably say it again. This dude's going places.
Is that a jug up there?
Perfect.
Interesting.
I was wondering
Yeah.
where I thought the hardest part was, and I think the end was.
The end? What? That's not what I was hoping to hear. It's the opposite of what we wanted, Trevor.